So from the open turtle position, when I'm in my open turtle, I've got 4 points of contact at least on the ground, and I feel like I can fairly easily load the weight onto my hands to lift my butt, and then I'm coming into this hinge position. On the hinge position, I'm trying to push my butt backwards as much as I can, taking the pressure on my hamstrings rather than squatting and taking the weight on my quads. I think in the squat position, you get tired a lot quicker. In the hinge, like a deadlift position, I'm taking the weight on my bigger muscle groups, on my glutes and my hamstrings. So if Rome is behind me, when I'm in this position, I'm covering my chin with my shoulders, so it makes it pretty difficult for him to choke me in any way. My hands are in front of my body, not too close so you can grab my wrists. And I'm just putting some weight on my hands and then stepping up. My butt's going backwards. The first thing I want to make sure he can't do is pull me backwards. So if he can pull me backwards, everything's more difficult. He can sit me down. So I move my head forward, my butt backwards. I can also elongate my hands so I can lean forward. I don't care if I fall forward, that doesn't matter. I only care if I fall backwards and get sat down. So I'm overplaying towards the front. So I'm hinging forward. You can stay on. I'm hinging forward and my hands can counterbalance his pull. From this position the whole time, I'm keeping one hand sort of like Superman. So I'm covering my chin the whole time. If I take one of his wrists and have the other hand covering my chin, I know that he can only come for the seatbelt with this hand. So I'm covering one wrist and bringing it out. So when he comes over, like he can't even get his hands together because of my hinge in my shoulder. So I'm just keeping the wrist and stepping out. So the whole thing looks a little like this. Chin getting covered the whole time. Rome's weight's on my right hand side right now, so if he's not directly behind me, if he's on my side, I'll step out with my outside leg first. Like 1, 2, now hinging and leaning forward. Find my balance, take a wrist. As soon as he tries to escalate, I'm just coming out. So I feel pretty safe in this position against most of his attacks. Other things you could do is trying to trip me and whatnot. So if he's trying to trip, I can easily step out of most of the trips. If he tries to put butterfly hooks inside, I can always lean forward. If he's trying to pull me backwards, I just lean more forwards. I can strip grips, take them out. So I feel like this hinge, rather than squat position, allows me to have a lot of base and balance. Makes me very hard to knock over and opens up some pretty interesting escapes.